Watching the person you love most step onto one of the most iconic stages in the world for the very first time, and realizing, in that moment, that they are even more talented than you ever gave them credit for. That is exactly what happened to Kelly Ripa on a magical April night in New York City. When she came back to the live set the very next morning, she had a lot to say. Buckle up, because this is one of the sweetest, most adorable celebrity love stories you're going to hear all week, and it involves Broadway, a signed playbill, and a wife who may have been just a little bit starstruck by her own husband, Kelly Ripa and Mark. Consuelos are one of Hollywood's most beloved power couples, a duo that has kept fans entertained not just on television, but in their everyday lives with their infectious chemistry and undeniable charm. So when Mark made the bold leap from TV screens to the Broadway stage, you better believe the entertainment world was watching closely, and perhaps no one was watching more closely than Kelly herself. During the April 8th episode of Live, Kelly gave her full, unfiltered review of Mark's Broadway debut in Fallen Angels, and what she had to say sent fans absolutely wild. This is the story of a proud wife, a thrilling stage debut, and a night at the theater that neither of them will ever forget. For those who may not know, Kelly Ripa has been a daytime television institution for decades. From her breakout role on All My Children to her long-running hosting duties on Live, Kelly has always been the queen of morning television. Mark Consuelos, her husband of nearly 3 decades, has built his own impressive career in front of the camera, most notably reprising his iconic role as Hiram Lodge on Riverdale, and eventually joining Kelly full-time as her co-host on Live in 2023. Together, they are a dynamic force in entertainment. But Fallen Angels marked something entirely new for Mark, his very first time stepping onto a Broadway stage in a professional production. This was uncharted territory for him, and the stakes couldn't have been higher. The Roundabout Theater Company production, staged at the Todd Haynes Theater, began its previews on March 27th and was slated to officially open on April 19th, running through June 7th. Starring alongside Broadway royalty like the incomparable Kelly O'Hara and acclaimed actress Rose Byrne, Mark was walking into a world-class production. No pressure, right? Now here's where it gets truly delightful. Kelly kicked off the April 8th episode of Live by announcing with barely contained excitement that she had attended Fallen Angels the night before. "I had a big night last night, everyone. I went to the theater," she told the audience, beaming. She described heading to the Todd Haynes Theater to watch her beloved husband and co-host Mark Consuelos take the stage. And from the moment she started talking, it was clear this was no ordinary theater night for her. What made the evening even more special? Mark actually signed Kelly's playbill, something he had apparently refused to do the night prior. That small, sweet gesture alone tells you everything you need to know about the kind of couple these two are. Mark had also apparently told Kelly ahead of time that she was going to love the show, and according to Kelly, he was absolutely right. She described the production as glamorous, perfectly costumed, and laugh-out-loud funny from start to finish. She praised Kelly O'Hara and Rose Byrne as geniuses, calling their comedic talent extraordinary and saying they were unbearably funny, which, from Kelly Ripa, is about the highest compliment you can receive. But of course, the real highlight of Kelly's review was the moment she turned her attention to Mark himself. She described how his characters talked about throughout the entire show before he finally makes his entrance, and when he did, Kelly said she was reminded of just how genuinely, effortlessly funny her husband truly is. "You show up, and I forget how unbelievably funny you are," she told him on air, adding with a cheeky grin that only Kelly Ripa can pull off, that if he hadn't had 2 shows that day, he might have gotten lucky. The audience naturally erupted. Mark, for his part, also shared a sweet behind-the-scenes moment, revealing that he had tried to tell his castmate Scott about Kelly's attendance, only to accidentally spill the news before Scott could even say he didn't want to know. The resulting chaos was both hilarious and endearing, giving fans a peek into the warm, playful atmosphere backstage. As you might expect, fans went absolutely wild over Kelly's honor review. Clips of the segment spread rapidly across social media, with viewers flooding the comments with heart emojis and words of admiration for the couple's genuine, unscripted connection. Many fans noted how rare and refreshing it is to see a celebrity couple speak about each other with such authentic pride and warmth, especially after nearly 30 years of marriage. Entertainment outlets picked up the story quickly, celebrating Mark's Broadway debut as a major milestone in his career, and highlighting Kelly's glowing praise as proof that the couple's chemistry is as real off camera as it is on. Broadway enthusiasts also chimed in, excited to see mainstream television audiences turning their attention to the New York stage. What makes this story resonate so deeply is that it isn't just about celebrity news, it's about growth, courage, and the beauty of reinventing yourself even at the height of your career. Mark Consuelos didn't need to take on a Broadway role. He was already a recognizable face on television and a beloved presence on live. But he chose to step outside his comfort zone and challenge himself in an entirely new arena. And watching Kelly celebrate that bravery so publicly and so genuinely is a reminder of why this couple has endured in an industry that is not always kind to love stories. With Fallen Angels running through June 7th, there is still time for fans to catch Mark Consuelos on the Broadway stage, and if Kelly Ripa's review is anything to go by, it is an experience well worth having. Could this Broadway debut open doors to more stage work for Mark in the future? Given the reception so far, it seems entirely possible, and knowing Kelly, she will be front and center cheering him on every step of the way at the end of the day. What Kelly Ripa gave us on that April morning was more than just a theater review, it was a love letter, delivered on live television, to a man she has clearly never stopped being proud of. Mark Consuelos made his Broadway debut, and if his wife's reaction is any indication, he absolutely crushed it. So here is what we want to know. Are you Team Kelly and Mark are the most adorable couple in Hollywood, or have you been to see Fallen Angels yourself? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and tell us, would you love to see Mark Consuelos do more Broadway in the future? If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring the notification bell so you never miss a story. We'll see you in the next one.